Hello and welcome to another edition of Ict Today. Over the years, machines have been a great tool to get work done quicker, faster, and for mass production. It enhances our efficiency. Examples of machines include screw, shovel, bicycle, cars, aircraft, and so on. Among others, drone is one of the machines that have been around for a long time. And the reason they are so popular these days is because they are mechanically simple and their application has increased rapidly in various fields. The first drone creation was credited to Reginald Denning, who served with the British Royal Flying Corps during World War I, who after the war emigrated to the United States in 1919. Meanwhile, drone development has been initiated by the United States and it was termed UAV technology during the First World War in 1916, which led to the first pilotless aircraft. The first generally used drone appeared as a full-size retooling of the Havilland DH-82B, which is known as Queen Bee. It's a biplane. On this episode, we are going to be exploring civil and commercial type of drone, and our focus is multi-rotor drones, that is quadcopter. What is the motive behind drone technology? How rapid is its development? What impact has drone made in the world today? Join me as we explore another technology in the world of ICT. My name is Abimbola Ilori.
A drone is an unmanned aircraft or ship that can navigate autonomously without human control and beyond the line of sight. It can also be defined as an unmanned aircraft or ship that is guided remotely. Drones come in various sizes, from the ones being used for military purposes to fixed wings, which requires short runways. Fixed wings are generally used to cover large sections of land, working in areas such as geographical surveying or to combat wildlife poaching. Next in line is VTOL drone, generally quadcopters, but not all. VTOL, which stands for vertical takeoff and landing, is another type of drone that can take off, fly, and over and land vertically. Construction of a typical drone include light composite materials to increase maneuverability while flying and reduce weight, GPS global positioning system, navigation systems, sensors, rotors, electronic speed controller, and many other components coupled together makes up a drone.
Let me quickly talk about the all-popular DJI Phantom 4 Plus Pro, the one we can see right here. The beautiful thing about that is the fact that it has unbelievable capacity to fly indoors. I once flew this drone in my car, in my SUV. So it can fly within a short space with precision, with accuracy, without losing course. Then we have this American-built Ict Extra Robotics. It is a beautiful beast, a beautiful machine in the sense that it's built to be highly rugged. It has fallen down, it has crashed a couple of times, and once you pick it up, it keeps working. I've never repaired it. It has been in the rain, like I was trying to say. It has been in the rain. It can fly waterproof, but the functionality and the dynamism. For example, this drone, the Ict Extra Robotics, must be installed on a phone. Then you link the phone through the Wi-Fi system, and then you can take a flight. However, the DJI Phantom, on the other hand, comes with its own inbuilt monitor. For example, now a station like OGTV, when we are flying this drone, we can transmit live from the air. It has such capabilities using the HDMI cable and other wireless transmission. This guy does not have that. This guy, DJI Phantom, for example, is very good for surveillance. If I fly into territories, say hideouts of the Boko Haram sect, for example, and they were able to successfully shut it down, all my footage are automatically saved on my monitor. So it means that the aircraft itself has a memory card device to save the footages.
A quadcopter executes a lift when the propellers rotate along with the drone's motor, rotation and speed, which make its flight and maneuverability possible. The quadcopter's flight controller sends information to the motors via their electronic speed control circuit, information on thrust, revolutions per minute, and direction.
There are several acts regulating the pilot that flies the drone. As resourceful, as beneficial as the drone is, it could also spell doom if there were no regulations. But the thing has been beautifully done in such a way. The other time I was very close to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, I got several warnings not to proceed beyond a particular meter, a particular kilometer. At some other point, we changed our location. We were extremely close from the other side to the airport, and we could not even airborne. We could not even take a flight. I was totally grounded. I changed from the GPS mode to the altitude mode to other several modes that might not demand a direct use of the GPS system. However, it will still not work, all to no avail, because the global positioning system has ensured that no drone flies within certain parameters to a regular airport. Because the drone, for example, can be used to deliver bombs. The drone, for example, can be used to alter the flight of any plane. Apart from that, the signal that the drone uses is the same frequency that our regular aircraft use. As a matter of fact, the drone is an aircraft.
In the manufacture of quadcopters, propellers and motor designs, forces which affect all flight, weight, lift, thrust and drag are also important considerations. Quadcopters are UAVs with more than one rotors, with fixed pitch spinning blades to generate lift. By varying the speed of the rotors so that the thrust generated is greater than, equal or less than the forces of gravity and drag acting on the aircraft, the drone can be made to ascend, over or descend. By varying the speed of particular rotors, it is also possible to make the drone turn or move in horizontal direction. A drone can do three things in the vertical plane: over, climb or descend. Over still. To over, the net thrust of the four rotors push the drone up and must be exactly equal to the gravitational force pulling it down. Climb, ascend. By increasing the thrust of the four quadcopter rotors so that the upward force is greater than the weight and pull of gravity. Vertical descent. Dropping back down requires doing the exact opposite of the climb. Decrease the rotor thrust so that the net force is downward. Also, to change direction of flight, there are three terminologies associated with a drone, which include yaw, pitch and roll. Yaw, this is the rotating of swiveling of the head of the quadcopter either to left or right. It is the basic movement to spin the quadcopter. On most drones, it is achieved by using the left throttle stick either to the left or right. A yaw is achieved by applying more thrust to rotors rotating in one direction. Rotation around the vertical axis is called yaw. Pitch. This is the movement of quadcopter either forward or backward. Forward pitch is achieved generally by pushing the throttle stick forward, which makes the quadcopter tilt and move forward, away from you. Backward pitch is achieved by moving the throttle stick backward. Rotation around the side-to-side axis is called pitch. Roll. Most people get confused with roll and yaw. Roll is making the quadcopter fly sideways, either to the left or right. Rotation around the front to back axis is called roll. Because most quadcopter are symmetrical, there is no difference between moving forward or backward. It is also the same for side-to-side motion. How to fly forward also explains how to fly backwards or sideways. In order to fly forward, an increase to the quadcopter motor rotation rate of rotors 3 and 4 and decrease the rate of rotors 1 and 2. The total thrust force will remain equal to the weight, so the drone will stay at the same vertical level. Also, since one of the rear rotors is spinning counterclockwise and other clockwise, the increased rotation of those motors will still produce zero angular momentum. The same holds true for the front rotors, and so the drone does not rotate. However, the greater force in the back of the drone means it will tilt forward. Now, a slight increase in thrust for all rotors will produce a net thrust force, which has a component to balance the weight along with a forward motion component. Popular uses of drone include remote sensing. Drones can carry sensitive equipment to assist with any number of functions. Commercial area surveillance, commercial and motion picture filming making. What started as a platform for hobbyists is poised to become a multi-billion-dollar industry. Inspection, environmental monitoring, photography and film, journalism are some of the applications for commercial drones. Many boundaries are being pushed through research centers around the world to explore what can be achieved with autonomous flight.
That's our package on this edition of ICT Today. You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also watch us live on www.ogtv.com.ng/live. Until I come your way again next week for another interesting edition. If it is digital, it's part of ICT.